Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivrajacharya Sutara Shatashi Śrīmad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedānta Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Prem Shigaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shamakund Radhakund Giri Govardhan Ki Jai Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Shri Mayapur Navadvip Dham Ki Jai Shri Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai Jagannath Swami Baladev Subhadra Ki Jai Gaur Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Shri Guru Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai.
All glories to Babaji. All glories to Babaji.
Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Tinamane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharni Nirvishesha Shuni Bhakti Paschachine Shatar. Hare Krishna. So it's our last day in Pukong. I didn't expect this would happen so fast, but you know how it is. Krishna says, okay, time to go. Next thing you know, we're on a jet somewhere. Well, we have plenty of practice now. Packing up and going places. Lots of practice. So, you know, we should be okay going to India. We just have a few more things to pack up. Everybody's personal stuff is pretty much packed, I think. And we just have to pack up all the instruments and cameras and the deities and the computers, and then we're off. And of course we're going to have our regular feast. I mean, couldn't miss that. So it's going to be a fun day. Ziggy's here. Hare Krishna. Thanks for coming. He's going to inherit our truck, our wonderful farm truck. It actually it works pretty good now. Yeah, we put all kinds of little repairs into it, you know, and so you know we're leaving behind a nice situation, but I think we're going to an even nicer situation. In India, there'll be plenty of people around who understand what we're trying to do, and will like us very much. We're already, there's people requesting to come and meet us, and, you know, can stay at my place. No, stay at my place. No, over here. No, there. So I I think the big problem is not going to be like here where nobody comes to see us. The problem is going to be like too many people coming to see us. So don't worry, I'll freak them all out. The thing is, people who have no spiritual knowledge, or very little spiritual knowledge, they try to evaluate our presence or our position or our spiritual status. And that's really, it's impossible to do. I mean, it's really hard to do even if you have quite a bit of spiritual knowledge. Because generally speaking, you cannot see or understand the position of someone who is higher than you on the spiritual path. You can certainly see and understand the position of someone who's lower than you see. And what people do is, out of their subjectivity, is that they assume that they're on the highest level. It's a function of the false ego. The ego wants to defend itself. The ego wants to justify itself. So our group is the best. Our group is the highest. Our group is the only one that has the real truth. Well, this is given in the scriptures as a neophyte mentality. This is the neophyte mentality. The Kanishta Adhikari is called Kanishta. Ka means with, and Nishta means false. So those who still have faults, those who still have imperfections, they have to justify themselves. They have to, put themselves on the top of the heap and everybody else is lower. So then there's the Madhyam Adhikari, the next stage. Someone who actually knows what purity is, even if they're not there. At least they know. And they realize that every living entity is a pure spirit soul. In other words, we're already, in a sense, already enlightened. We already have a spiritual body. We already have an eternal relationship with Krishna. We already have pure spiritual consciousness. It's just that for most of us in this world anyway, our consciousness, our pure spiritual consciousness is directed towards matter and identified with matter. This piece of meat, this body. And so we're holding an illusion. The illusion is that I am this body, I am this mind, I am this existence, this material existence, which cannot be. It can't be because the soul is eternal, and this body and everything connected with this body is temporary. So how can it be that this is me when it comes into existence at a certain time and lasts for a little while and then it goes away? It's not possible. Krishna says, never was there a time when I did not exist, nor you, nor all these kings. Nor in the future will there ever be a time when you will not exist, when we will not exist. So Krishna, the Supreme Lord, source of everything, and all the living entities, all exist eternally. That means without beginning and without end. Then, because we wanted to be separate from Krishna, we wanted to try to imitate Krishna, we want to try to enjoy. He's actually the enjoyer. He's the supreme enjoyer. We're just subordinates. We're just servants of his. But if we want to imitate him, then we come here to this material world and we try to enjoy. So we imitate Krishna. We can't be Krishna, but at least we can try to imitate him. Even though, and it's amazing, there's so many indications that this is wrong, that this is false. If we were really the enjoyers, how come we're suffering? How come we get diseases? How come we get old? How come we have days when we're sad and depressed? How come we have reverses in life? Why don't we just accomplish everything we set out to do? Huh? Why aren't we all successful and all-knowing? Huh? Because we're not the enjoyers. We're not the supreme. We're not God. We're just a tiny spark of spiritual energy emanating from God. A tiny, tiny particle of pure consciousness, like a photon of light coming from the sun. And that's all we are. So given that we're tiny and we're atomic and we're fragmentary, how can we claim the right to enjoy God's property? But that's exactly what modern materialistic society has done. They say we can dig up the earth and take the coal and take the oil and take the minerals